Hi guys, this is Albusco. Welcome back to another video. In the last video, we ranked the songs off of Van Halen's 11th album and most disappointing album, Van Halen 3. Now we're going to be ranking the songs off of the final Van Halen album and their 12th album, back with David Lee Roth, A Different Kind of Truth. Now this is not with the original lineup, because Wolfgang Van Halen, Eddie's son, plays bass on this album. And this is a really good album. I was honestly worried because, after hearing Van Halen 3, which was an awful album in my opinion, and then I heard this thing, this is a really strong album, and a lot of it's heavy, and most of the stuff, and, all of this was recorded from the early days, so some of it sounds like it could have made it on the first two albums. But yeah, something like that. And there's 13 songs on here, the longest, or the most amount of songs on any Van Halen album. And also, we better make this video quick, because my, battery's at 19%, even though it's charging. I don't understand it. Even the plug is plugged in, so it doesn't make sense. It's charging and charging in and out. It's just stupid. Anyway, and also, if you're wondering where I am, I'm in the same room where I usually am, but my cat took over my chair. He's cleaning himself, so you probably don't want to see that, but, so yeah, I would be sitting there, but he took over, and, yeah, it is what it is. So let's get into this list. So, coming in at number 13. Now, this is, without a doubt, the worst song on this album. It's one of the most hated Van Halen songs also, and I don't like anything about it. This is an awful song. Coming in at number 13 is Tattoo. It opens up the album, probably the worst album opener, even worse than New World from Van Halen 3. This song is just awful. And this was a single. And for those of you who remember, obviously, this came out in 2012, so about 8 years ago. And I was 6 or 7 when this album came out, so I wasn't listening to Van Halen then. But this was apparently their only single before this album was released. And literally everything else on the album is great. And this song just sucks. It's, in my opinion, the worst song on there. There's nothing good about it. The lyrics are awful. David Lee Roth doesn't sound, the harmony, the tattoo, in my opinion, is just awful. Coming in at the bottom is number 13. But with that out of the way, everything else on the album is great. If Tattoo never was a song, this album would have been one of the greatest albums of all time. This is a really great album, in my opinion. Coming in at number 12. Stupid name for a song, great song, though. Coming in at number 12 is Honey Baby Sweetie Doll. All one word, in case if you're wondering. I really like David Lee Roth's vocals. I love, how heavy the song is in the beginning. Is really awesome. And, one of my least favorite songs on this album, Better Than Tattoo, yes, by Leagues. Leagues Better Than Tattoos. Is it Leads or Leagues? I think it's Leagues. But, Honey Baby Sweetie Doll is a great, song. Yeah, it may have a dumb title, but don't let that distract you, even though half the time for me it does. But, coming in at number 12 is Honey Baby Sweetie Doll. Coming in at number 11, another underrated song, Blood and Fire. This is another great song. The guitar is great on here. I love a lot about this is a really underrated song. I like how soft it can be in parts, and then it just heavy. This is probably some of the heaviest stuff they've ever done. One of the heaviest stuff, and I wouldn't really call Van Halen heavy metal, but this is heavy metal. And Wolfgang, I believe is I believe he's a heavy metal fan or something like that. But yeah, he's a bassist though. He's a really good bassist. But Blood and Fire is really underrated. So it comes in at number 11. Coming in at number 10, and this is one of my favorite songs played by Eddie. Big River. This is really underrated. I love the guitar. I love everything about it. I love DLR's vocals. I think I'm going to say DLR's vocals, because saying David Lee Roth's vocals in one thing is a mouthful, so I'm just going to say DLR's vocals. So DLR's That's still a mouthful. David's vocals, so let's just say that. David's vocals are awesome. The drumming from Alex is incredible. Wolfgang's really good on the song. So yeah, Big River is really cool. So coming in at number 10 is Big River. Coming in at number 9, this could have been a song on Van Halen too if it made it. And all of this was stuff that was recorded from the early days. So this entire album could have been songs from the first two albums, really. Tattoo were on one of them. That'd be a shame. But coming in at number 9 is Out of Space. Sounds like something that would just come from Van Halen 2, in my opinion. It's amazing. I love the vocals. The guitar. The guitar is incredible. I love a lot about it. And one of my favorite guitar moments from Eddie, for sure, on this song. Out of Space is another underrated song. This entire album's underrated, and this album, well, my top two were pretty famous songs that they made, but weren't released. But yeah, so coming in number 9 is Out of Space, another underrated song. It's kind of funny because the on Van Halen 2 there was a song called Out of Love Again, and this song's called Out of Space, and those two could have been on, or Out of Space could have been on Van Halen 2, kind of like Out of Love Again. I don't know, it's just my opinion. But coming in at number 9 is Out of Space. Coming in at number 8, Trouble with Never, another really great song. And there are some Van Halen fans who aren't a big fan of that song. I've always loved that. The guitar is incredible. I love it a lot. And if you had asked me a few years ago, I probably would have ranked this even higher, believe it or not. Trouble with Never has always been a favorite of mine. And ranking this list also, I should mention this. Ranking this list was pretty difficult because this is actually a really good album, and most of the songs flip-flop a lot because they're so good and they're awesome. But for some reason, I've always loved Trouble with Never, which is one of my favorite Van Halen songs, criminally underrated. Coming in number 8, Trouble with Never. Coming in at number 7, one of my favorite EVH guitar solos for sure. Coming in at number 7 is Chinatown. It's underrated. I love the tone of the guitar on this song, but that guitar solo is awesome because it reminds me of something from the old days. He would do the double-handed tapping, especially on this song. Chinatown's another underrated song, and there's also some Van Halen fans who aren't crazy about it either. I love it though. So coming in at number 7 is Chinatown. Coming in at number 6, I'm gonna go with the closer of the album, and unfortunately Van Halen's last song, Beats Workin'. This is a great way to close your album. And like I said before, Van Halen, they either had really strong ways to end their albums or weak ways to end their albums. You know which ones I was talking about. But Beats Workin' is the opposite. Beats Workin' is a really great song. Really great way to close the album, in my opinion. And it's just another underrated song. Wolfgang Van Halen's bass on here is incredible. The guitar is awesome. I love how heavy this song is. It could be the heaviest thing I've ever made, in my opinion. But coming in at number 6 is Beats Workin'. The top 5 was not that easy. Coming in at number 5, along with Beats Workin', one of the heaviest things I've ever done. Coming in at number 5, Bullet Head. This is so heavy. I love everything about it. I love the guitar in the beginning, and then after that, it's fast paced. With Alex Van Halen's drums. He uses the double bass kick, and it was so cool. Cool 8 years ago, and it's cool today. So Bullet Head is another underrated song. I love it a lot. David Lee Roth's vocals are awesome. I think so. Coming in at number 5 is Bullet Head, another really underrated song. Coming in at number 4, another criminally underrated song, As Is. This is As Is so good. I love the guitar in it. I love the drum. The drum opener is really cool. Kind of reminds me of Everybody Wants Some, in a way, with the drum opener. But As Is another really great song. And another one that I've always loved. Coming in at number 4 is As Is. Coming in at number 3, this is another criminally underrated song that sounds so good. It sounds something that would jump. It sounds like a cover, really. Coming in at number 3 is Stay Frosty. I have always loved Stay Frosty. In a way, it kind of reminds me of Ice Cream Man with that guitar riff. But Stay Frosty is just awesome. I love the acoustic guitar in the beginning. David's vocals are awesome. The guitar in the middle of the song is great with Eddie. The bass is awesome. The backing vocals and the drumming is incredible. Stay Frosty is one of my favorites, so it comes in at number 3. All right, the top 2. I've switched these a lot in the past few days, but I've made up my mind. Coming at number 2, You and Your Blues, another really great song and really heavy. I have always loved You and Your Blues, one of my favorite Van Halen songs. Criminally underrated. The guitar is incredible. The bass is awesome. The drums are incredible. You know, David Lee Roth's vocals are awesome. You know, You and Your Blues for me could be a top 50 contender. I don't know if any song off of this album would make my top 50, but pretty damn close. But You and Your Blues is just awesome, in my opinion, and it's always been a favorite of mine. But coming in at number 1, this could have been something from the debut album, I would think, or, you know, even some of their later albums. But coming in at number 1, She's the Woman. Coming in number 1, She's the Woman. I've always loved She's the Woman, but it's really growing on me. And this is funny, because this is the second song on the album. After I'd heard Tattoo, I thought, oh god, this is going to be worse than Van Halen 3. And then this came on, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a really great album. And it is. And She's the Woman. I've always loved the backing vocals. I love David's vocals. The guitar in the beginning, the always loved it. I love the bass. The drums are incredible. I love, especially in the beginning where Alex is on the hi-hat, where he was just in the beginning. And, you know, this song is just incredible in my opinion. So, coming in at number 1, She's the Woman. Here's my list. Hope you guys can see that. Oh, can you see my charger? Yeah, it keeps charging on and off again. I want to see if you can. I don't know why, but over there it's so weird. But yeah, I need to get a new charger. Anyway, oh, it just turned off. What a bummer. Oh, it turned on. See, yeah, I have to get it fixed. Anyway, that was a different kind of truth. Larry is now sleeping in the chair. Oh yeah, I probably should bring that up. I don't think I've ever brought this up. So uh, you know, in the earlier videos, his name was Laddie. But one time, one of us kept accidentally called him Larry, and we just laughed at that, and you know, it really stuck with us. So now we call him Larry, and he's sleeping in the chair. He's just resting. He's on my chair. He sabotaged my chair. No, anyway. But yeah, that was a different kind of truth. Hopefully I'll be ranking the albums and the album covers, and then maybe my top 10 favorite EVH guitar solos, because, you know, he did a lot. I didn't make a list yet. I need to. But anyway, that was a different kind of truth. I'm kind of sad that we're doing this. I have always loved Van Halen. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. May Eddie rest in peace. He was one of the best guitar players ever. Him and Hendrix for me were top 2, but I don't know what order that would be. It's just ridiculously hard because both of them were great. But anyway, please leave a like, comment if you want, view my videos, and of course subscribe. Thanks for watching this video, guys. This has been Halbuska, signing off. Stay safe, take care.